Okay, we found an article on the website, The Laughing Squid. Funny name.
The different home pages that we have upstairs in that office.
I don't even know.
It gets us all of our material.
It really does. So they had some examples of San Francisco real estate ads from the 1950s. Okay, like this one, Steve, advertising a 5-room cottage with hardwood floors and a large 2-car garage for $9,250.
I like that.
Give me 5 of them.
Okay, so notice how they point out the floors in the garage as selling features. Nothing has really changed. Take away the price. Here with what they think that you should include on your listing when you're selling a home from DeRoche Realty Group and eXp Realty. We welcome back Julie and Daniel DeRoche.
Hi, guys. Nice to have you here.
Now, listen, I'm taking notes because we're going to be putting my house on the market. I'm working with you guys in that. That's going to come up at the end of the summer. And so I'm all ears.
You could live in TV's Steve Patterson's house.
Where do we put that?
Could that be our headline?
That's some good marketing plan. Oh, goodness.
Oh, my God.
So there are a few things that anyone who's thinking of selling should really make sure that they highlight. We start with new things. Talk to me about what you mean by new and how we should market that.
So anything on the exterior that's new is a big bonus for people. It's not some of the flashy fun stuff like a new kitchen, but it's expensive stuff that the buyer will have to undertake.
Listen, people love hearing new windows and new roof. The amount of inquiries about the roof situation on my house when we sold it was a ton because people don't want to have to replace that. That's not fun money for them to spend.
No, it's not. And a lot of times when someone looks at a house, they can't really tell are the windows new. So those are really things you want to feature and point out in the listing pictures and info online.
If you've already done it, but at the same time, you do have to be careful. Like your return on windows, siding, roofs are not as high as your return on carpet, paint, and light fixtures and appliances.
So
Okay.
if you're planning on moving soon, it's not like, okay, now's a great time to do the windows and get a new roof because that's going to cost a lot. Now, if you would live with that benefit, that would be something different. Otherwise, focus on more the superficial, you know, vanity things.
Unfortunately,
No kidding. Maintenance-free decks are another thing that people really like, so you think you should highlight that?
Absolutely. I don't know anybody that loves doing yard maintenance or house maintenance.
Staining a deck, I mean,
Whether it's maintenance-free decking or windows or siding, soffits, fascia, all that stuff, the more maintenance-free it is, people love it. So if you've got it, flaunt it, plain and simple.
Good.
You know, to that end, your proximity to things, you can become a bit numb to it after you live in your house for a long time. That's why it's good to have fresh eyes walk through and look around your neighborhood and realize all the things that you're close to. What should you highlight? What's a bonus to be close to?
People are really into like walking paths, parks lately, parks for the kids. I mean, I think people are getting away from having the big jungle gym in their backyard and they want to be able to walk to a park and, you know, just kind of be in the community. Walkability, restaurants, shopping, being able to jump on the freeway quickly. I think people really value a quick commute.
I think, and I always like it when people are really specific, when it's like, we're super close to Blue Door Pub. I mean, you know, that kind of a thing, because I also think it sort of gives buyers this idea of imagining what their life would be like if they lived there. Like, hey, we'd walk to get a burger or whatever.
It makes a massive difference. We have one coming up. Have you guys been to Colita?
Yes.
It's phenomenal. It's definitely my favorite right now. It's literally like just far enough, like not quite a full block away. And you get 10 blocks away, you're not walking there for a drink and dinner. But if you can walk to some of those great restaurants, you have to put that in your marketing.
We tried their food on the show the other day. There was this chicken liver memalita that I still cannot stop thinking about. Anywho.
And then even so, I mean, if you enjoy a sunset from your back deck, you need to make sure that you highlight that because the next potential homeowner would love that same view, but they won't know that it's there unless you tell them.
And you got to get pictures of it. So if you're
got to prove it.
You do. Well, if they're going during too late at night and it's already gone, or too early and it's not happening, you got to include that in your photography. So get a good photo of that sunset.
Hardwood floors is a biggie. Everybody obsesses over hardwood floors. So you think if you're selling maybe an older home where the hardwood floors have been covered up, you should even say there's hardwood under there?
Oh. Yeah, even if you don't want to go through the work of removing the carpet, which, God, why wouldn't you?
People.
Yeah,
I just did it.
But you're saying at a minimum do this. Peel it back, prove to them that it's there.
Yep, and show a picture in your marketing. Because, again, people start their search online, and if they don't see those pictures, they're on to the next.
Open floor plans. I've heard back and forth. Are these still popular? You guys would know better than I.
They're still very popular. I think with especially people with kids and stuff, they want to be able to be in the kitchen and be able to see kids playing in the living room. They want the dining area close. Entertaining is really big again.
Yeah, I remember on our house you wrote, rare open floor plan in the city because
Yes.
it was so hard to find, and it got a ton of people in to look at it.
It does, and it's just something you always want to feature. They may look at a couple pictures and not realize how open it is, so you want to feature that on the write-up.
Don't skimp on the garage. If you got a cool garage, if you got a spacious garage, lean all in there.
So cut me off when my time is up because I can talk about this forever. It's so important. People don't think about it. Like having your garage properly finished. Floor drains is a big one. If you've got floor drains, oh, I remember that house. If you got floor drains, you have to highlight that, especially in Minnesota winters. Everything drains down. If you've got things built in like an air compressor, finished areas like for hanging all your tools on the walls, higher garage doors, wider garage doors. People really want to know that stuff.
I think a lot of people think, though, we can just put all of our stuff in the garage and then use that, and people won't really care to look in it. Everybody wants to look in the garage.
Everybody.
Yeah.
They will not walk through a house that they're seriously considering without saying, where's the garage?
Very few people, unless they are really driving tiny cars and they're very like anti-car, like they take the bus everywhere. It's a huge importance. Think about your own lives. Like you come home with the kids, you unpack everything in the garage. You want that space to put your bikes and
We have a bad
everything.
garage. It's a daily struggle.
You know, we have a heated garage.
I can't even. And
It
it's
is
probably
just
attached to your
outstanding.
house. I don't even know
It
what
is.
happens
We don't
there.
write it. It's
what?
really-
Mine's barely standing, and there's a weird picture of Shirley Temple in it. Weird.
You need to get that done ASAP. By the way, to that end, I just found out from my wife a couple of weeks ago, I'd never known this, 14 years of marriage, and she said, you know, I would love just like a really well-appointed garage with this wonderful organization in place. The floor is done, all this. I never knew. She's a garage gal.
That's
I never
great.
knew. She said it's the entry point to your home.
Yeah.
Your house could be clean, but if your garage is a mess and feels tight, it sort of messes with your feng shui.
It sets the stage for how you're going to live in your house.
It really does.
Well, we're doing one for a client right now. When you come home in the winter, they got 3 boys or 4? 4 boys.
That's
you come
so many
home in the
boys.
dead of winter, they're playing outside and everything. You're going to bring all their wet clothes into the house? No, have a staging area in the garage to hang their clothes.
I like that.
Super smart.
Well,
Good
Daniel, you
ideas.
said to cut you off, and
Yeah.
we have to cut
We
you
have
off.
to.
Your
Yeah,
garage
we've
time
been
is
told.
done.
It's time.
I knew it was
time.
coming.
No more
Okay,
garage
if you're
time.
planning on buying or selling a home, Julie and Daniel can help you. Go to TwinCitiesLive.com and click on Fun for their contact information.
A big thanks to DeRoche Realty Group and eXp Realty for sponsoring Twin Cities Live. Hey, we're thrilled